Self-evident when Rafale price you quote vary in Delhi, Karnataka, Raipur, Hyderabad, Jaipur and Parliament, but the nation's IQ is higher than yours, unquote. The Barbs followed Rahul's tweet responding to Finance Minister Arun Jaitley's dismissal of allegations of a corruption scam in the Rafale fighter jet deal. Rahul Gandhi gave the governing party 24 hours to revert. But not the one to wait. Even Jaitley came back promptly. He said that Rahul does not have answers to the questions as he resorts only to falsehood. All right, with that, time for a quick break. Lots more news and updates follow in just a few moments. We'll be right back.
You're watching India Ahead.
It is heartening to note that India Ahead, the English channel from South India, is being launched. I wish that this channel will take the India Ahead and good news and proper news and objective news will be given to the people.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Neha calling from Aisa Vaisa Bank.
hi.
Sir, credit card.
क्रेडिट कार्ड तो मेरे पास नहीं खो गया है। तुम्हारे ब्रांचेस कहाँ पे हैं? जाम्बिया, सोमालिया, वेनिस?
Please hold, sir.
No problem. Company का माल दारिया में दाल।
When people from your company travel abroad, insist on a Matrix SIM card so they don't go on and on wasting company money.
Hello, sir. My talk time getting over, sir.
नहीं, last 10 minutes, please.
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM cards.
4,900 shares sold.
54 for 2,000 shares.
निफ्टी ने 10,700 के स्तर को पार कर लिया है।
आज सुबह से ही रफ्तार में मार्केट 5,000 trades of 50.
I'm out. तेजी के साथ बढ़ रहा है बाजार।
What's he doing?
He knows what he's doing. It's 15,000 again.
Call at 44,000 shares.
He's almost got it. Sold.
90 bid away.
Not yet almost.
That's it.
Not enough to get it down.
Let's close it up.
Look beyond the markets. What's happening in the world of business? And how does it affect you? A health check on the state of your economy. Join me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make your news my business. Only on India Ahead.
Congratulate India Ahead TV to come into the all channels picture.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं आशुतोष राणा और आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया अहेड।
They promise to disrupt yesterday's status quo. They look to provide solutions where others are still asking questions. Bold, sharp, savvy. They dare to dream. But is the startup landscape churning inspiring stories?
Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I try to understand not just what makes India among the world's startup capitals, but also what makes the Deccan the startup capital of India and what really goes into taking India ahead.
Thanks for staying with us. Amid buzz over early polls, Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is all set to hold a massive public meeting, which it's calling Pragati Nivedan Sabha in Kongra Kalan on the 2nd of September. Elaborate arrangements are being made for the crucial public meeting. Telangana Chief Minister and TRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao is expected to make several political announcements in his address and set the agenda for the upcoming assembly polls. The timing of the public meeting is critical, in fact, when the Chief Minister is holding discussions on the possibility of early polls in Telangana. MP K. Kavita spoke exclusively to India Ahead senior news editor Sakshi Khanna. Here's what he said.
Developments in the state of Telangana and amidst speculations of early polls, there's a big September 2nd public meeting being held in Telangana, and joining me senior TRS leader and MP Kavita ji. What is first going to be this meeting all about? September 2nd, will we see any announcements?
You will see a lot of announcement, but each and every announcement I'm hoping will be only towards the development of Telangana, and this is a meeting where our Honorable CM will be addressing the people of Telangana and basically apprising them of the developmental activities that we have taken up in the last 4 years. And any political announcement, it will be interesting to also hear from him, so I will not spoil the surprise for you. But the meeting fundamentally will be about the development aspects of Telangana.
So what kind of arrangements have been made? How much people are expected to come, and what kind of achievements you're going to take to the people? And what's the key reason for having this big public meeting at this particular time?
See, this is going to be a mammoth meeting. We are expecting about, and in fact more than 25 lakhs of people. Around 2,000 acres of land has been separately earmarked for it, and huge arrangements trying to make sure that people, don't the stampede doesn't happen, and trying to make sure that the health issues will be addressed and the sanitary issues will be addressed. So all of that is being taken care of very well. And of course, TRS party had this practice of holding huge public gatherings from the movement time. So it is not new for the TRS party, but we've done a meeting with around 15 to 20 lakh people during the statehood movement also in Warangal. So this is in Hyderabad that we are doing, and it is going to be more than 25 lakh people. So the idea is whatever 4 years of governance was, however it was, we just want to show our progress report to the people of Telangana, because people of Telangana are our high command, so we need to tell them what we have done these 4 years.
How are you seeing recent developments? There are a lot of meetings that the Chief Minister is holding with the party, then he goes to Delhi, then he meets a lot of union ministers, he meets the Prime Minister, then he comes back, then there's a talk of a cabinet meet, and this September 2nd meeting. Are we seeing Telangana going for early polls?
See, last 4 years we have majorly focused on the governance, and this year is of course an election year, so we have to work closely making sure that the party is also intact and strongly knit, and not trying to address any gaps that may wherever be in any of the constituencies, and making sure whichever constituencies we have lost earlier, trying to win them back, etc. So there's a lot of party work happening now in this year. So that is why you see when we try to address issues with Delhi, we come back, make sure we meet with all the department ministers, take back more issues to the Delhi. So it's nothing more than gearing up for this election year. That is what it is.
We've spoken to a lot of other TRS leaders, and they say that there's an administrative alliance with the BJP, but not a political one. So now, can we see a political alliance also, maybe post-poll alliance, or is there any kind of understanding with the BJP that TRS is having at this point of time?
Nothing at all. The only courtesy that we extend to BJP is because they are a ruling party in the central government. So as Government of India and Government of Telangana, we have to have a cordial, functional relation to make sure that our people get what is deserved for them. So we don't play politics with our people's welfare. So for our state to progress and develop, we have to have a cordial relation with centre. So that is what it is.
Just one last question on the opposition. Congress is planning to alliance with all the other opposition parties here also. So they're trying to make a fight KCR versus all in Telangana. How does TRS sees the opposition parties here? Do you see that they are going to be any sort of a challenge or a threat here?
Not at all, because last 4 years that is what they have been doing. All the political parties versus TRS was the situation in Telangana from last 4 years. And every by-election, despite all the opposition parties coming together, TRS has won fair and square, and I'm sure 2019 elections also will see the same result.
Just one last question. As an MP, as a senior TRS leader, if early polls is an option, what would be your decision, or what would be your opinion? Or are we going to hear some concrete political decisions being announced in September 2nd meeting?
See, individually, I don't think I should have an opinion on that, because as a party soldier, whatever party decides will go with it and work for the party's victory.
Thank you so much for speaking to India.
Thank you.
Now, with early polls on the cards, the opposition is also gearing up for elections whenever they are to be held. The Telangana State BJP unit has also held an immediate core committee meeting to discuss the poll strategy moving forward, process of candidate selection, and also planned rallies that would be conducted across the state in the coming few days. The party says they will go it alone in the state assembly elections.
So we are with Sridhar Reddy, BJP state spokesperson. So sir, KCR is planning for early polls in Telangana. So what does BJP is expecting from that?
There is nothing much we expect onto it. Basically, it is a kind of hype they are creating in the state. the last 1 month, the entire government is revolving around early elections and early polls in the state and leaving all the governance to the air. And at one end, most of the employees, right from the sanitation employees, MEPMA employees, they're all on the strike. And other end, the condition of the health infrastructure, other hospitals is very bad in the state. Leaving all to the air, the state government is talking of early polls. Whatever may be the case, whether elections come in the month of November or December, whenever it comes on activity date or before the date, we are prepared. BJP Telangana unit is prepared for the polls, whether it comes now or in the month of April. But to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there is enough time for them to dissolve the government and go for early polls. And it is not in the hands of neither in KCR's hand nor in the Prime Minister's hand. They may inform the central government, but the election commission has to take a call whether they are supposed to.
What is it that BJP at center would agree to take up early polls?
See, there is. I don't think there is a call that center to be taken. It is a call that TRS government has to take whether they have to go for a early poll. They can only dissolve the government and go for the early election, appeal the EC to conduct the elections. It is up to EC, Election Commission of India, to take a call. So I don't think there is any role of central government into it.
So, sir, after KCR visited Delhi and met Prime Minister Modi, he had called the BJP official workers and legislators to his official residence. So, what is the reason? Is there any kind of understanding being taken up between TRS and BJP?
It is not that KCR has called them. They have taken an appointment with the Honorable Chief Minister to seek for a memorial in Hyderabad for Honorable former Prime Minister, late Sri Vajpayee ji. I don't think anything more than that has happened. It is not a political meeting. It is purely to ask for a memorial, construction of memorial in the city of Hyderabad. And as such, KCR's agenda is different. Our ideology is different. A party who is working hand in glove with MIM kind of a political, system, there is nothing that, we are going to work with KCR. We will go alone in the state of Telangana when we go for polls.
So if post-polls, if required, will BJP take up support of TRS?
No, elections are very far. When the government formation happens, then the political situation might change. According to the situations then, every political party has its own options open. So NDA is there. After the election, if KCR wants to support it, they may support. And at that time, we will not be able to predict now. Things are always uncertain. And being in politics, you can't predict what will happen tomorrow.
So that was Mr. Sridhar Reddy saying that BJP will go alone and not take support of TRS or either its early elections or its general elections. With camera person Manohar, Aneri Shah, India Ahead.
Is ready for an election whenever it is conducted, but before the polls are conducted, Telangana Rashtra Samiti Supremo and Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao should explain the people of Telangana that why is it necessary that though people of Telangana have given this government a 5-year mandate, a term of 5 years to rule the government, then why is it necessary for Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao to hurry for an early poll much ahead the schedule? Has he completed the promises which he has given in the election manifesto of the 2014 elections? Till date, many poll promises of Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao have been failed. And there is no point that Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao can justify his reason for early polls.
Maoist ideologue Varavara Rao was brought back to Hyderabad by the Pune police at 6:30 this morning. This after the Supreme Court directed the Maharashtra police to place the arrested activists in house arrest. We're also learning that activists Vernon Gonzalez and Arun Ferreira have been taken back to their residences in Mumbai and Thane. Meanwhile, Telangana's BJP unit spokesperson Sridhar Reddy has also reacted to the turn of events. Let's listen in.
Rao is a known Maoist ideologue, and in the name of rights and all that, they were always supporting the Maoist activities. There is nothing personal against Varavara Rao or anybody. Their names have come out, were found in the communication of the people who have reportedly planned the assassination of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. So that is the activity, that is the job of the law enforcement agencies. They have got the evidence, hence they have picked him up and they have produced him in court. If the court found him guilty, the legal course will go on to happen, and if he is further found guilty, he will be punished. There is nothing for BJP or any other political party to do in this, and there is no, as many people are speaking, there is no political vendetta in this. It is shocking basically because a Prime Minister who got such a huge majority after 32 years of electoral period, and a backward class Prime Minister who is working for this poor and deprived of this country, has been targeted by few left-wing extremists or left-wing supporters, which is extremely shocking. So I appreciate the police that they have actually found them, and they have actually brought the conspiracy out, and they also have arrested the responsible people who have reportedly planned the assassination. And I am sure that the law will take its own course to punish the guilty, and those who are conspiring to do such activities.
Supreme Court orders, he is now back to home. Now the legal position is he is house arrested. When a person is in house arrest, his restriction to go outside is only limited, and he's even contacting with others through phone or addressing the media is also restricted. But at the same time, whoever want to come and visit nearest relation or the advocates or doctors, they need not be restricted. Even journalists also cannot go inside.
All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the broadcast. But before we leave, some good news for all our viewers out there. You can now be up to speed with all the very latest news and updates at your fingertips. In fact, you can download the new India Ahead News app from the Play Store for all the Android users. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with the headlines.
Download now. You're watching India Ahead.
India Ahead is coming shortly. All the best.
India Ahead, they have to make the society go forward. Once again, I am wishing them.
Solutions, not just suggestions. Options, not just opinions. Answers, not just questions. Anything and everything that will take India ahead.
I wish India Ahead channel a bright and prosperous field in the country. It should be a unique channel instead of another channel which is added to the existing channels. It should reflect the views and the will of the people in this country. I hope all success to this channel.
Every day, things happen that affect your world. Are you on the right track? Times, they're changing. Are you changing with the time? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. India ahead. While others give heat, we shed light. You're watching India Ahead.
Hi, you're watching India Ahead with me, Sana Khan. A quick look at the top stories we're tracking. Were the Kerala floods a man-made disaster? Former Chief Minister V.S. Achyutanandan accuses LDF government of ignoring ecologist Madhav Gadgil's report, warning against damage to the environment, says the findings were approached politically, not scientifically. Massive protest planned by left and activists in New Delhi to protest against the arrest of activists for alleged Maoist links. TRS MP Kavita speaks exclusively to India Ahead, says the Telangana government is gearing up for a massive rally on the 2nd of September where Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao is set to make a slew of important announcements. Centre issues advisory against the Momo challenge, lists do's and don'ts for parents to ensure they do not pique children's interest in the suicidal game. Now, the left, led by the CPIM, is holding protests at the Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. They are protesting against what they allege is, quote-unquote, unethical crackdown on the 5 activists who've been placed under house arrest. CPIM's Politburo had protested against the countrywide raids and the subsequent arrests made by the Pune police on Tuesday, calling it a brazen attack on the democratic rights and civil liberties. It's now being learned that CPIM member Brinda Karat is also taking part in the protests taking place in the capital. Let's listen in to some of the political reactions that are coming in.
It's an attack on democratic rights. We are demanding that all the cases against these people be withdrawn and they be released forthwith.
Why government targeting these people?
Well, they've been targeting everybody. The entire opposition is targeted. Anybody who opposes anything of the Hindutva forces and the Modi government, they are being targeted.
Now, on the question of national security, there can never be any compromise. That is something non-negotiable. This is a position I've said in the parliament, I've publicly stated. But the question is, using that as the pretext, don't curtail or attack democracy and civil liberties. This is exactly the argument that Mrs. Indira Gandhi gave in 1975. Country's internal security is at stake, and therefore internal emergency, and all leaders were arrested. And what was it? Was there a threat to national security? But that was used for a political objective. This is what this government is doing today. That is what we condemn. And there are going to be massive protest actions. Tomorrow in Delhi there will be a big protest action by various left and progressive organizations at Jantar Mantar tomorrow. So I think all over the country now, I mean, there's a very big resistance coming to.
Now, Maoist ideologue Varavara Rao was brought back to Hyderabad by the Pune police early in the morning today, just after the Supreme Court directed the Maharashtra police to place the arrested activists in house arrest. Also learning that activists Vernon Gonzalez and Arun Ferreira have been taken back to their respective residences in Mumbai. Meanwhile, Telangana's BJP unit spokesperson Sridhar Reddy has reacted to the very latest developments. Let's listen in.
Maoist ideologue, and in the name of rights and all that, they were always supporting the Maoist activities. There is nothing personal against Mao or Rao or anybody. Their names have come out, were found in the communication of the people who have reportedly planned the assassination of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. So that is the activity, that is the job of the law enforcement agencies. They have got the evidence, hence they have picked him up and they have produced him in court. If the court found him guilty, the legal course will go on to happen, and if he is further found guilty, he will be punished. There is nothing for BJP or any other political party to do in this, and there is no, as many people are speaking, there is no political vendetta in this. It is shocking basically because a Prime Minister who got such a huge majority after 32 years of electoral period, and a backward class Prime Minister who is working for this poor and deprived of this country, has been targeted by few left-wing extremists or left-wing supporters, which is extremely shocking. So I appreciate the police that they have actually found them, and they have actually brought the conspiracy out, and they also have arrested the responsible people who have reportedly planned the assassination. And I am sure that the law will take its own course to punish the guilty and those who are
Supreme Court orders, he is now back to home. Now the legal position is he is house arrested. When a person is in house arrest, his restriction to go outside is only limited, and he is even contacting with others through phone or addressing the media is also restricted. But at the same time, whoever want to come and visit nearest relation or the advocates or doctors, they need not be restricted. Even journalists also cannot go inside.
Matter is related to an alleged criminal conspiracy, and the matter is also still in court. I think there is no need for any political scoring और पॉलिटिकल इसमें स्कोर करके किसी तरह का पॉलिटिक्स करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। जो कानून होगा वो उसमें अपना काम करेगा, न्याय अपना काम करेगा।
देखिए ऐसा है कि कोरेगांव के जो को लेकर जिस तरह से जो गिरफ्तारी हुई है बिल्कुल अनडेमोक्रेटिक है, और तमाम करीब ऑल अपोजिशन पार्टीज दे हैव कंडेम दिस अरेस्ट। और सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज़ आल्सो टेकन कॉग्निजेंस, और ये बताया उन्होंने, जो उनका ऑब्जर्वेशन है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वो बहुत ही सीरियस है। आई थिंक पहली बार कुछ सुप्रीम कोर्ट का इस तरह का ऑब्जर्वेशन किसी की गिरफ्तारी को लेकर हुआ है, और सीधे सीधे उन्होंने कहा है कि इट इज़ एक डेमोक्रेसी।
All right, we have some breaking news coming in at this point in time. The arrested activist Gautam Navlakha, his petition has now been deferred till the 14th of September. The Delhi High Court has said that it wants to wait for the Supreme Court hearing on the matter. Remember, the hearing is slated for the 6th of September. The High Court there observing that it would not be appropriate to proceed as the Supreme Court has already passed an order directing house arrest for all 5 activists, including Gautam Navlakha. Let's try and get in the very latest details from my colleague Nilashish, who's been on top of all the updates on this case. Nilashish, can you elaborate a little bit more? Because we also saw similar stance adopted by the High Court even yesterday when it was conducting simultaneous hearings in the case at the Supreme Court as well as the Delhi High Court.
Absolutely, the counsel for Gautam Navlakha submitted today in front of the bench headed by Justice Muralidhar Rao, saying that there needs to be some sort of meaning given to the fact that the proceeding that was before the bench of the High Court was not specifically stayed. While the Supreme Court had ordered and directed a house arrest for all 5 people involved, and had asked for a response from the Maharashtra and the centre, from the Maharashtra government and the centre, it was not specific in terms of what the High Court had decided with respect to Gautam Navlakha's specific habeas corpus petition in front of the Delhi High Court. So with respect to that, today the High Court said that it would not be appropriate to proceed because in light of the fact that the Supreme Court has passed a direction and has said that on the 14th of September now, after the Supreme Court hears the response from the respective governments, the High Court will proceed with respect to the specific petition of Gautam Navlakha that is before the Delhi High Court.
This means no interim relief for Gautam Navlakha. Is that what it means? And what will be the next step now for Gautam Navlakha? Has he got any other choice but to wait for the 6th of September hearing?
No, at this point, Gautam Navlakha will continue to be in house arrest as ordered, as directed by the Supreme Court. Once the hearing comes up before the Supreme Court, which is on the 6th of September, as you rightly pointed out, the further course of action will be determined accordingly. So at this point, Gautam Navlakha will remain in house arrest under the supervision of the police. However, on the 6th of September, when the Supreme Court hears this matter one more time, they will suggest a roadmap with respect to all the 5 activists, including Gautam Navlakha, and then the High Court will look into the matter of the specific case of Gautam Navlakha, which is in the Delhi High Court.
Thanks so much for joining us and giving us the very latest. So there you have it. Arrested activist Gautam Navlakha will continue to stay under house arrest until the Supreme Court takes up this matter for hearing on the 6th of September. The High Court has deferred the hearing on the petition, saying that it will only be heard next on the 14th of September, based on what the Supreme Court perhaps will say on the 6th of September. Thanks so much, Neelashish, for joining us with all those details. All right, with that, we're going to be taking a very short break. More news and updates follow on the other side. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching India Ahead.
I was delighted by the recent creation of India Ahead News. This channel is a great way in which to get across some of the diversity of South India. I hope you'll join me in watching.
English national channel going to launch in Hyderabad city, India Ahead. I wish to the channel all the success.
In a world that is rapidly changing, we bring you news that directly impacts your world. From bilateral agreements to global power play, India has come a long way. Dissecting facts from fiction, we bring you the bigger picture. Join me, Sana Khan, as I track international news, bringing you perspectives that shape India's world. Only on India Ahead.
India Ahead, it's a very unique name. I'm wishing India Ahead channel and the team and the people behind it, the camera and the anchors, all of them are big success, all the very best, give the best for the nation.
Congratulate the management and the team for launching the new news channel India Ahead.
16 years as a journalist, for me personally, has been a great learning experience. Political reportage in states here at the center has all helped me understand the finer nuances of this profession. It's undoubtedly a very, very exciting phase of my life. But During these past 16 years, I have always wondered, we in the Indian media always love to debate and discuss a problem. We in the media have frankly never experimented with a problem-solving mindset. In fact, we are fueled by a problem highlighting and in some cases, a problem-creating mindset. You expose a politician, a bureaucrat, a businessman, a film star immediately when you start seeking solutions. Those who have solutions will shine, and those who don't will perish. I think this is the expectation that a new India has of its journalism, of its country, and this is exactly what is going to take India ahead.
कि इंडिया अहेड नाम से एक नया न्यूज चैनल की शुरुआत की जा रही है। पॉजिटिव मंशा के साथ और एक पॉजिटिव नाम के साथ शुरुआत की जा रही है। वो समाज के जो इम्पोर्टेंट इशू हैं और सकारात्मक पक्ष है उसको भी दिखाएंगे। मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं चैनल के लिए।
Health is wealth. Every 1% of GDP spent on health can potentially increase 5% of the country's wealth by preserving lives and deserving livelihoods. By polluting economics and dirty politics, we certainly need a breath of fresh air. Watch me, Sana Khan, as I unearth stories which promise to make a clean and healthy India ahead.
Election year is round the corner. Having been cornered, the opposition parties have begun doing the rounds. Will federalism replace alleged feudalism? I am Rishabh Madrin Pratap. Join me as I break the fresh grounds to uncover the ground realities and bring you the politics behind politicians. Which government could we expect for India ahead?
Why is the Sensex scaling when the economy is failing? Why is GST called government subscribed tension? What remains the demon in demonetization, and should corporates be gaining when jobs are being lost? Watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make it my business to take India ahead.
To get ahead in life, you've got to make a head start. Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I join startups to understand what makes the Deccan India's digital capital and how they are all gearing up to take India ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Thanks for staying with us, taking you straight across live to Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, where the two-day BIMSTEC summit is currently underway, and leaders from all nations that are part of the summit, which is Bhutan, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar and Sri Lanka. Leaders of all these states are part of this particular session that is on in Kathmandu. Remember, the important day for India will be tomorrow, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be holding a bilateral meeting with his Nepalese counterpart, KP Sharma Oli, who is the Nepalese Prime Minister. A couple of important issues will be taken up. Right now, this looks like the inaugural session which is underway in Kathmandu. Remember, this is an important summit, the Bay of Bengal Initiative for the Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. It's also known as the BIMSTEC Summit. It will be a two-day meeting that starts today, and inaugural ceremony of the talks which is happening today. This will be followed by a gala dinner which will be hosted by the Nepalese Prime Minister later in the evening.
Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Your Excellency U Win Min, President of the Republic of Union of Myanmar, Your Excellency Maithripala Sirisena, President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Your Excellency General Pravit Chan-o-cha, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand, Honorable Ministers, Secretary General of the BIMSTEC, distinguished guests, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar and good afternoon. Welcome to the land of Vidya and Sagarmatha. Welcome to the land of peace and harmony. The government and people of Nepal feel truly honored and privileged to warmly welcome the distinguished heads of state and government and other delegates to the 4th BIMSTEC Summit in Kathmandu.
Well, on the court, she is relentless, tenacious and dominant. But off it, Saina Nehwal remains humble and modest about her stellar career so far. India Ahead sports correspondent Avnish Hegde caught up with the legend herself post her Asiad success to talk about her life, shuttle and everything in between. Here's a teaser.
One badminton legend to another, and Saina Nehwal joins me in this exclusive chat. The fact of the matter remains, Saina, well done. Final piece in the jigsaw for you in terms of now having the whole medal set. How does that feel, first and foremost?
It feels great. I think from India, someone doing that is, I would say, unique. It's never happened like before 10 years, if you say. Now definitely there's a belief, lot of when you start achieving, then the others also start believing that we can do it. So I think there are a lot more medals coming in, a lot of achievements coming in from India, and that too in every event. So this means that India is coming up as a badminton powerhouse. It's definitely changing a lot, but completing the whole major events, medals gives me that confidence that I can achieve a lot more. I am still there at the best, and I can, if I try to improve and work smartly, definitely I can beat the top players.
So do you think the government should give more attention to these athletes? Because
government is giving from last 1-2 years. Yeah. That's why the change is coming. That's why in Asian Games, I think we didn't have so many medals last time.
Yeah.
In badminton also, we came back with no medal except for the team event in the bronze. So now you see, because of the government support in every sport, we are getting medals. We are getting so many medals in athletics. We never thought of, It's such a big achievement. And for us, it's like an second Olympics.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're getting there. So we are close to getting the gold medals in badminton, I would say. But other sports are already achieving it. So I can, in a way, say that we are becoming as a sports powerhouse. And I think we are close to 50-60 medals in this thing. So I think within less than maybe, I would say, 10-15 years, we can also come very close to China.
Yeah.
And it's a big possibility.
Fingers crossed.
Definitely.
Now, lastly, it's a rapid fire, which is completely random, so it's on top of my head. It's just a set of choices, so play accordingly.
Yeah.
Roti or rice?
Roti, definitely.
Mountains?
Roti, paratha.
Paratha.
Yeah.
Paratha, fair enough. Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
Do you like your cars more, your bikes more?
Cars.
And Gopi Chand sir, off the court or on the court?
On the court more.
On the court?
Off the court is very, very strict.
Yeah.
And I think with the kind of lifestyle we have, like we tend to go out for movies or some parties or some here and there, he hates that. He's a very, very sincere person off court.
Correct.
But on court he's more like, he gets angry for sure, he wants us to improve for sure, but he's also very friendly. He opens up very well. But off court it's difficult to, gel with.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, who's the last person that you want to play right now? Is it Sindhu, Caroline Marin or Saisu?
Saisu for sure, because it was recently and it was close to playing the finals.
Correct. Modest, humble as ever. Thank you so much, Saina Nehwal. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you so
much.
Thank you.
And well, you can catch that full interview, Saina Nehwal there at her candid best, only on India Ahead. That's coming up in our sports show this evening at 7 p.m. and later on prime time at 9:30 p.m. as well. Now, 21-year-old Dharun Ayasamy ensured that India's fine run at the Asian Games continued by winning yet another medal earlier in the week in Jakarta. His podium finish has brought the spotlight back on one of those tales that have been synonymous with how we treat our athletes. Take a look.
The first Indian to run the 400-meter hurdles in less than 49 seconds as he finished second to win silver in the Asian Games going on in Jakarta.
सच में मैं तो happy. पहले, as I said before, I was hoping for a podium finish only, and really I'm happy with silver medal. I prepared for this only. So कैसे भी तो भागना, हम podium के अंदर आना, ऐसे सोच के आया था. Actually इधर भी तो पहले आया ना first वाला, वो तो कतर वाला, वो भी 46.98 भागा. दुनिया में 2 बंदा ये 47 के नीचे भागा, और ये एक बंदा ये, और दूसरा USA का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर है. उसके साथ भागने के लिए थोड़ा अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है. दूसरा पर्सन पे भागना, अभी तो 48.96 भागा था, उसके बाद 48.95 भागा तो भी आई विल बी हैप्पी. पर्सन पे भागना है बस. ये तो मेडल मेरा मम्मी के लिए डेडिकेट करना. थैंक्स फॉर सपोर्टिंग मी.
In the process, he bettered his own national record of 49.45 seconds that he'd registered during the Federation Cup earlier this year in Patiala. But there is a story behind Darun and his success, which soon followed. Darun had injured his hamstring before the interstate meet in Guwahati, which was a qualification competition for the Asian Games. His foreign coach, Galina Bukarina, stopped his training. In fact, it got worse, as Darun had no money to even buy footwear to run, and this could have easily made him drop out of the sport, frustrated and dejected. With no training and fighting against all the odds, the boy from Tirupur district of Tamil Nadu came out of this crisis and broke the meet record to make the cut for the Asian Games. Fast forward to Jakarta, Darun strode past the obstacles and made the country proud. Darun's struggles weren't limited to the athletic track. He lost his father when he was 10, and his mother had to take care of him throughout his inspirational journey to the top. No wonder he dedicated this medal to his mother, who's been taking care of him and his sister Satya after the demise of their father. His mother had to struggle a lot to make ends meet. She remains a teacher, and till today she's only earning Rs 14,000 per month. Darun's efforts, though, were recently recognised after he was included in the Target Olympic podium scheme. The athlete has said the financial security will help him go full throttle in achieving his goals. We hope that this lands him in good stead in the future. Sports Bureau, India Ahead.
That's a wrap on this edition of the broadcast. Before we head into a break, some good news for all you viewers out there. You can now get up to speed with the very latest news and updates at your fingertips. You can download the India Ahead News app right now from the Play Store on your mobile phones. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be right back.
For all Android users, download now. You're watching India Ahead. When was the last time you went to the jungle? Actually, you don't need to. Every night, it comes to you for free on the television news channels.
बिना पढ़े, बिना तैयारी किए, बिना टीवी देखे आप आके बैठ गए यहाँ टीवी पे बोलने के लिए। बोल चुके। यहाँ सवाल का जवाब देना होगा। एक सेकंड, आपको जाना है तो चले जाइए। जा रहे हैं हम, चले जाइए।
How dare you say you leave?
I will say what I want. It's my show.
Where debate becomes a dogfight and news becomes noise.
You don't have the guts to answer the specific question. That is why you're running away from it.
And journalists become judges for options, not just opinions. For solutions, not just suggestions. For answers, not just questions. Join us every weeknight, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. only on India Ahead.
What does India have that the world's top economies don't? It's 600 million strong youth population. What does the youth have that others don't? A hunger to solve problems. See ahead and take the society ahead. So watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I don't just take India's television to the future, but bring India's future back to television.
News for us is not yet another report on yet another scam.